Welcome back to my channel for my May plan with me. I'm holding up the colors that I'm using, but don't worry, I will also talk through them because I know that was up there really quick, but I always get questions about that. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me for the May plan with me. I am going to be setting up the spreads in my pre-made journal for the month of May. So as you could see earlier, I chose the Glacier Blue journal. I added some gold foil to the cover that says 2026, and then I chose some charms as well. And those customizations, these journals, they are all available on my website. If you're at all interested, you can check out the link down in the description and use the discount code livestream for 10% off. So as you can see, the theme for this month was a pond theme, and as with all of the other months, this theme was chosen by you guys in my Instagram stories last year as I was designing this journal, and I love how the colored version of this one turned out so much, but it was a lot of work. I apologize in advance for how much time you're going to put into coloring these weekly spreads because they are detailed. I covered pretty much the entire page with marker, lots of it with multiple layers of marker. So RIP to your free time, but at least it's a good hobby. You know, I enjoy it anyways. So what I started with was the flowers, and right away I want to talk a little bit about my coloring strategy. I feel like I get questions about that a lot. And basically I go in first with kind of the base color, which for me was a light pink, number 761 from the Tombow dual tip brush pens. And then I'm using this OBUJO dual tip. It's got like a dot tip on one end and then a fine tip brush marker on the other. It's their Kumimi collection. And it's just one of the pinks from there, which is what I went in with as kind of my shadow color for the pink flowers, basically just kind of following the curve of one side of each petal is kind of how I did it. Next, I'm going in with Tombow 126. That's the green that I'm using. This is my newest green. I did share a little swatch video including these colors in my April plan with me video. If you'd like to see some of the new colors that I got, maybe pick some up for yourself at Journal Say. That's where I got them from. So I will have my April plan with me linked up here and a discount code for Journal Say linked down in the description box. So for the lily pads, I'm actually just doing one layer of color. Usually I do kind of one layer of color, and then using the same marker often is I'll do kind of a shadow just on one side of the object. But for these, I decided to just do one layer of color since I'm kind of seeing them top down. Now I went back to that OBUJO pink marker to do the center of each of these dragonflies. I was so torn on the color of the dragonflies. I kind of knew the vibe that I wanted to go for this month, but the dragonflies I thought would have looked really cute in purple, but I decided to just keep them with the color palette that I had already chosen. So I went back to this pink dot marker from OBUJO, which is also what I'm using to color in the letters for May. And what you're about to see is kind of what I was talking about with using the same marker to just add a bit of a shadow. So kind of the bottom right side of each stroke is where I put a shadow for the lettering for May. And I'm using this yellow color to do both the centers of the flowers and the wings of the dragonflies. And that is Tombow 991, my long time favorite yellow marker. So as you saw, I used a couple of Tombow browns. That was Tombow 992 and Tombow 947, I believe. I actually forgot to grab that one, to color in the little boat up in the top corner. And now I'm adding my favorite element, which is just the water in the background. It was a bit time consuming, yes, but I feel like this really just makes the theme, and this is exactly what I pictured in my head when I was designing this theme. So I took a really nice light blue, which is Tombow 941, and just kind of created a wavy line around the entire page, which obviously if this was actually the top-down view of a pond, the whole page would just be covered in water. There would be no lily pads around the outskirts that are kind of just floating in the air. But for the sake of the doodles, that's what I decided to do. I did kind of a wavy line around the whole page and added some extra little like blobs of water in the blank parts on the border of the page, and colored the whole thing with one layer of this very light blue. As you're going to see in a minute, I'm going to go in with a second layer to kind of add a shadow as though it's like under or around some of the lily pads, around the edges of the water, just to add a little bit of dimension to the page. Now the final step for each page for me is usually white gel pen. My favorite white gel pen these days is the Languo P600B, and that is the free item with any journal from my shop. You'll get a free white gel pen. It's just my favorite beginner supply to elevate your journal designs. You don't need to have, a ton of different supplies or stickers, washi tape, whatever, but a white gel pen is going to go a long way in making your designs look extra fancy. So what I decided to do this month was basically use the white gel pen to go over all of those little kind of partial lines inside of the lily pad. Every lily pad had little like spokes coming out of the center of it, and I decided to do those in white gel pen to cover up the original black line. And of course I'll also use it to add like some ripples to the water around the lily pads and a little bit of a shine to my May letters. So as you're watching, let me know in the comments if you have already set up your journal for this month, and if so, what is your theme? If you're using this same journal, what colors did you decide to use for like the letters, the dragonflies? I'm guessing most of you chose green for the lily pads just like I did, but what did you decide to pair that with this month? Now, every month in this journal has one blank page to the left-hand side, and for me, I like to use that as a hub for all of my tasks, my main tasks for that month. And I like to split mine into two categories, which is home and work. This month for home stuff, I'm really hoping to start a garden, which I've never really done before. We moved to our new house last July, and so it was kind of too late to like start the garden from scratch. There were a few perennials growing, which was such a treat. We ended up having golden raspberries and strawberries and rhubarb and chamomile, all just ready to go for us. But now I have to make some decisions about how I want to actually start the garden. So that's going to be a big project for me in the month of May, as well as potty training, which I'm excited for with our second son. He's been doing so well and getting so excited for it, so I feel like it's time to just go all in, and that does require a little bit of planning. So my home page is going to be, or my home section of my tasks page is going to be kind of focused on those two items. As for the work section, this month I'm just kind of hoping to tie up some loose ends. As lots of you guys know, I've talked about this on my live streams. I have been working together with Coco and Lynn this year to help them execute their 2027 bullet journal rather than doing my own for 2027, largely because we've got a baby coming this summer. And so the thought of doing all of the packaging, logistics, fulfillment, all the stuff that kept me way too busy last October, November, December, that was really daunting with a third child on the way. And so I decided to reach out and partner with Coco and Lynn. And so this month is going to be a month of just kind of tying up loose ends with a couple of projects over there, hopefully taking on one more custom bullet journal order before baby arrives, and just doing some odds and ends with content creation and things like that. Now, as you can see, the next page is the 2-page calendar spread. And I tried to keep this journal as flexible as possible while still, putting the structure there for you so that you don't feel like you have to do everything yourself. So That's the purpose of the blank page to the left of the title. That's also why I did not date these calendars or even write the days of the week across the top. It's so that you can use the calendar for whatever year you want, for Sunday start, Monday start, whatever. And for this month, it's the lily pad over to the right hand side. That is kind of another free area for the month. So for me, that turns into a weekly focus section. And what I do is I just kind of choose my top 2, maybe 3, maximum 3 kind of priorities for work specifically for each week of the month, and I write those down. So one week it might be filming my plan with me video, one week editing my plan with me video, whatever month I'm currently working on in the 2027 journal, that will be the priority for that week. So I just like to kind of break down my work focus for each week over there. Now, you may not have noticed, but I did just make a mistake writing the days of the week across the top. For some reason, my brain was ready to go for a Monday start, which I never ever do. So I did use my white gel pen, and this is one of my favorite techniques when I do make a mistake in journals. I get that question all the time on my live stream, the question of what do you do when you make a mistake? And this is one of my favorite ways to cover a mistake if it's a nice small mistake like this one. So where I wrote MON for Monday, I went over top of that with the same black marker and tried to overlap as much of the first letter, so S, with the old first letter M, and as much of the second letter U with the old first letter O. And then I go in with a white gel pen and draw over top of everything from the original word that does not overlap with the new word. I hope that made sense. Then once the white gel pen has had a chance to dry, I'm going to take that same yellow marker and write, or just kind of color onto the white gel pen to make it blend in with the original color. So that was just a quick little fix that I had to do, which is another reason why I love white gel pens. They're so much more subtle in a journal than like a strip of whiteout on the page. So I really love to use them for covering up mistakes as well. And again, I'm using my white gel pen here to add all of the fine little details, the little spokes on each lily pad, some ripples in the water, and a little shine to each of my letters. Now, at this point, my camera was running out of space, I was running out of time, and frankly, energy. And so that's where this video is going to end. I'm going to show you guys here the remaining spreads for the month. As I'm recording this voiceover, I actually have done more of the coloring already, so it's not all blank like this, but this is what the rest of the month looks like for the month of May, the other monthly pages and weekly pages. And let's flip through what we did today. We've got our cover page and our 2-page calendar with a focus section. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.